Josh is a young Australian who's made a decision that he's no longer going to stand for this exploitation. He's been very brave, he's lost his job, and he's someone that has said enough is enough.
These drivers deserve more. They deserve super, they deserve compensation when they're injured, they deserve allowance for fixing their bicycles. They deserve better, that's all.
Josh Klooger's ride with food delivery company Foodora came to an abrupt end in March. He was terminated days after publicly advocating on the project for greater rights and pay for his fellow riders.
There's a bitter taste in my mouth at how it all transpired.
Now Josh is bringing an unfair dismissal case against Foodora at the Fair Work Commission, which could completely change the way the gig economy works. In Australia, it is illegal for an employer to deliberately disguise an employment relationship as an independent contracting arrangement to avoid paying employee entitlements like superannuation, workers' compensation, leave and certain taxes. It's called sham contracting and attracts penalties of more than $30,000 per case.
Josh was engaged under his contract as an independent contractor. And what that's supposed to mean, if it's a genuine arrangement, is that Josh really was running his own business, that he had the right to go out to the market generally and provide his services to any and all comers, that he wouldn't have been required to wear specific colours or to answer a specific call of the company. And of course, in Josh's case, that's not true.
Josh says his work resembled that of an employee rather than an independent contractor. For instance, like an employee, he's encouraged to wear a uniform identifying him as Foodora. Also, like an employee, Foodora expects riders to be available for specific work shifts, and it's their main source of work. And according to the riders, those who are unavailable to work or have been injured are allocated fewer shifts.
Why should they be scared of you?
Because I potentially can bring a light towards how they've been operating.
Well, I think Foodora do have well over 1,000 riders. It may well be double or more than that. And of course, if ultimately those contracts for each of those drivers are found to be sham contracts, there's a serious monetary penalty there.
Now, in what could be a significant blow for the entire industry, the project has obtained explosive internal communications from Foodora Australia, demonstrating that this company knows exactly what it's doing. In the email, one senior manager writes to other senior managers flagging the contracts, along with the potential penalties.
Our rider contracts have many key words in them that would blur the lines between employment and contractor arrangements. It is concerning. If a legal authority looked into this, there would be a chance they could consider the contracts as a breach and categorise them as sham contracts. If just one rider laid a successful case, it could be devastating for us and could cause a dominoes-like effect with lawsuits. Having looked into them recently, I am not convinced they would hold up as they are.
It's a gotcha moment. That is, we are caught out. We are in real trouble here because people have caught on to the fact that we are structuring our contracts to avoid paying entitlements to Australian workers. That's shocking, and the Australian community should be shocked.
Foodora once again refused to answer questions on camera, but said
the internal communication you refer to was not authorised by Foodora management. It was the personal opinion of one staff member and does not reflect the legal position of senior management or the company.
What's your message to Foodora?
If you're trying to operate a business with transport workers, you have to abide by the rules.
So guys, once again, we asked Foodora to talk to us, to appear on camera to answer questions, and they're pretty serious questions. They declined again. They did provide us with a statement, which can be found on our website. Obviously, these sort of rulings come down to the Fair Work Commission, but I've got to say, you know, this company has treated us all along with total... I mean, they just do not want to engage with this as a story or as an issue, even though they're operating here in Australia and happy to take our money.
Yeah. It does make you think twice about ordering from any of these companies, doesn't it?
I think just ask yourself, are these riders that are bringing me dinner being paid the minimum wage?
Yeah, who are
ask
just
that every time.
Working hard.